That's it.
Okay, but yeah. Hey, sister girl, Jess. Oh, so that's something I'm working on. I'm gonna make sure to put a little calendar invite and reminder for myself. I just got to put repeat. Hey, every Sunday, 1 to 3.
Or about an hour before, or 30 minutes before.
30 minutes before.
Because sometimes I'm doing stuff. I'm like, I need to get my stuff together.
But the thing, I need to start doing like at least 4 days a week with a reminder because I got so much content I got to put out. I got to be annoying to y'all. You know, I got to present
Don't be annoying, please.
I don't want to be annoying, but I need obviously
y'all ain't coming. Be consistent. That's the word.
Be consistent. Now, it is some podcasters out there like, dog, we see that y'all post. Like, we don't need 5 posts a day, like 5 of the same thing a day. Mm-hmm. I said no the first time. Okay, I'm sorry. Hey, Jess, how you doing, friend?
Hello, how are you?
I am great. I am good. We are coming together, trying to. We just talking about I got to start sharing this a little early. I know I'll be doing last minute because time just be flying by with me.
Right. I'm like, am I late? Like, did I?
No, you're on time. You're on time. Like, so we start at 1. Then, I got to do this for my people. We don't come to things on time. So I started 1. That's what I say. I said my people. I didn't say them people. I said my people. So I'm just as guilty. So I'm right there with you. But we're gonna start here at 1. We're gonna get 15 minutes for us to warm up and get together. And then throughout the process, whoever join. But we're streaming live on YouTube right now. I may go back, and I always go back. How much time should I spend on Facebook? How much time I spend on YouTube? So we're gonna go on YouTube first now. We may spend the last 30 minutes or so on Facebook, depending on how the conversation go. But our main focus is come together, and this is an open forum conversation. It's just something for us to catch up with one another, to enjoy one another, support one another. That's one of the biggest things to do. So if you're out here doing something, or somebody may need some support or assistance, or you have a business or anything of that nature, this is a great way to share it. This is the Everything Culture Sunday happy hour where happy is just us coming together. All right. But if you want to have some type of libations, anything, you can do so as well. But we are here. All right.
Share it on TikTok.
I know that's what I say on TikTok. That's how I got to push it on. But let's see. Zoom. Hold on. Let me see. I see Shan. How you doing, Shan? Okay, Shan, quiet. Hello, Zoom user. How you doing, Zoom user?
Hello.
Oh, that's Vic. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, man? Hold on. Let me go ahead and turn this thing on. Hold on.
Take your time. And, as always, we have to start off with the pillars and what we do here at Everything Culture and our mission statement. And that is our words, and our mission statement comes from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And he said this at Cornell University some time ago, of course, in the late 60s, that he believed that men hate each other because they fear each other. They fear each other because they don't know each other. And they don't know each other because of segregation. And because of segregation, we have miscommunication. So we created this podcast of Everything Culture on the pillars of respect, communication, and consistency, so we can get to know each other, so we can love one another. So if anything go crazy, anything go well, we always come back to our foundation. And Shan doing her mother thing right there. But our main thing is, once again, respect, communication, consistency. That's the best way to build a relationship. If first we have to respect what each other's saying, at least each other. We may not always agree to the perspectives and things, but we at least need to give an opportunity for us to share and converse with one another for growth. You know what I mean? But yeah, we're here. So, Thank you. So, first of all, how y'all been this week? How y'all doing?
Tired, but alive.
Amen.
Good. Shan was out there shopping. That's why she tired.
Listen, I did Walmart and I stood in line for like 35 minutes. And that was it for me. And then I went to the farmer's market to go get my oxtails, but I'll be back tomorrow.
So when you can start cooking them things?
Well, I'm gonna season them tomorrow after I get them all.
I want to know how much they were a pound. Please tell me how much
they were. $12.99 a pound.
Oh my Jesus!
Yes, sir.
And so this is how they're trying to get you. So we go to the farmers market, whether it's like the Hispanic one or the Asian one. And the Hispanic one, what they like to do is put some out where the butcher is and then weigh it out and then they charge you for it. And then behind him, we were like the last people to get the rest that was like out and weighed. And then behind him, I said, "Is there any more?" And he was like, "No." There was a mountain of oxtail behind him that were going to be prepackaged. But what they try to do is they try to prepack it, lie to you about what the weight is, so they could get more money. So I'm gonna go back tomorrow and get some.
Okay, look at you putting this up on game. Thank you, Shan.
Yes.
Okay, and that is Shan with She Gets It Pie. That is Shan with Cozy Womb Pie. That is Shan with Real Relationship Report with Dungeon. That is Shan with Loudmouth Stereo. That is Shan with What Page We On Bid. That is Shan with Pod Fam. That is Shan. Anything I'm missing, Shan?
Just shandpodden.com for everything I'll be into, and the new book dropped this weekend. So if you're a podcaster and you want to be organized on how you put out and how you market it, grab that thing.
I know I'm gonna use some stocking stuffers. So y'all get ready. For sure. And we got my guy Vic. That was just the most recent recording with everything, Coach. What's going on, man?
What's going on, man? For the second time today, don't mind doing the double dip with you, man. I'm just sitting here chilling, taking a load of these games. What you got in that cup, though?
Man, a little bit of whiskey, a little Jim Beam,
Man, don't make me pull out the crown, dog.
Hey, I don't know what y'all got to do today. I'm saying I'm already calculating. So this I'll be on here from like 3:30, maybe 4. And I gotta go to be at church at 5. So I'll be okay. No, I'll be 1 to 3. We'll be here 1 to 3. We'll be here 1 to 3. So I think I'll be able to sew up and be good and warm and toasty, and coherent. That's the thing. But get it how y'all live. And we got Sister Girl Jess here, one of the biggest supporters of everything culture. And once again, she don't come on much often as far as the face, but you can hear her voice and you can see her comments. Let me tell you that. But we absolutely appreciate you. And Maya, this is her first time. So welcome, Maya.
Welcome. Thank you.
And Maya about to be in these streets. She got to run some errands. She about to be out here like Shan was yesterday, out here shopping for this holiday weekend.
I'm so glad I have people that can shop for me. I just got to go pick it up at the door. Thank God for that.
Ain't that a blessing?
See, I need to tap into that. That's what I need to tap into.
Yeah.
That's a community right there.
That's right.
See, that's what I was telling people the other day. Now, I share my toxic traits on TikTok. I am the Grinch in 2022. I already was telling y'all I'm supporting Kwanzaa. I've been telling y'all that for the past 2 years.
Yes.
I send love. I'm that uncle that I'm gonna start sending socks and stuff. I'll be sending little things that you need more than things what you want. Unless your grade's good. You grade when I start seeing you doing good up and beyond, we hook you up. But nah, because people be stressing so much about these presents, about the show, about the presentation of it, other than really what really matter is valuing one another. But I know am I too much on that? Am I becoming an old man?
No, you speaking facts. That's what it should be.
Hey, Lo. Hey, where you going, Lo?
Hey, Lo.
Hey, Suge. Hey, Drake. Linda's recital is today, and we just came back from church, so we kind of aren't in a mission right now.
Oh, love it. Now you taking care of yourself. Hey, look at this. Look at my people coming through. We got Baylor in here. So once again, we got a few topics. One, we dropping 2 episodes every week until the end of the year. So this week, we did 2. I did both about child welfare. I did a bit about CPS and what does it look like as far as the different entities in Texas, from investigations to family-based safety services to conservatorship, all the way to adoption prep. That was a brief overview. And then we had our conversation with actually our caseworkers, our first conversation with CPS caseworkers. Oh my God, we got T in the building too. Look at y'all looking all nice and pretty and cute and all that. Yeah, I guess the holidays when y'all be coming through. I see it now. I see it. But when I say that, I don't know if you listened to the episode yet. If y'all haven't listened to the episode, I highly urge y'all to take the time and do so. So shout out to Melissa, shout out to Brittany, shout out to, oh my gosh, really, Kashana, as well as, I don't want to go Hutch, but Midori, all previous CPS caseworkers or current CPS caseworkers, and talk about some of the challenges we had or still have within CPS, or just being in the different realms of CPS. But if y'all have any questions or suggestions about that, we see you, T. Take your time. Love the photo, by the way. You know, he's taking these holiday photos.
I got something to say.
Let's hear it.
I would like to say that I do appreciate you taking out time to talk about your past experiences working for CPS, and being in those courtrooms and sharing it, and having people that are having their own experiences doing that. Because a lot of times when we see the news, and it's always like the enemy is the judge and the enemy is the people that work for CPS, and nobody gets like the insight on what it's like to work for CPS, what it's like to be a human being who also has a family, who also has to neglect their family to look out for multiple families, and they don't have 8 hands, they have 2 hands, 1 brain, and 2 legs. And how I think the structure is the issue. It's not people aren't doing it enough. It's like people are people. We're not machines. And I can't be in 5 places today at one time. So someone's going to be left out. It's like a Nick Cannon effect. Nick Cannon cannot be at all those graduations for them kids at the same time. Somebody gonna miss out. And he gonna have to have them on some type of rotation. So the idea that you expect human beings to follow the rules, and we all know rules do not coincide with someone being abused. Rules do not coincide with the fact that, you know, this man beat my mom yesterday and he's still out living his life today, and nobody goes to pick him up until 2 weeks from now. Like, the rules don't make sense for the protection of a child, and that's why all of these children get stuck sitting in these situations. And then what sucks is the teachers have to witness it. Other kids have to witness it. And then those people are losing faith in a system that is supposed to, quote unquote, protect people. So the more that you get in a position to share on your podcast about what's actually happening and what these people are going through, working for CPS, is the more it's kind of like an abusive job. Because
once again, I don't think y'all be hearing when I be telling y'all that was one of the hardest jobs I've had in my life. I did repo, y'all. I've had guns pulled on me, y'all. I've had threats on my life, y'all. Then I'd rather do repo any day before I become a caseworker again. That's the only thing.
I think because you're dealing with someone who didn't ask for the treatment, and it's a child, and the adults in the situation should know better, should do better. But, you know, whether it's how their upbringing or their mindset or them having their own mental problems, and you should have never had this child, but here we are, that's also a factor. So I appreciate you sharing and everybody else coming on and showing their face and sharing their personal experience, sharing that, because people look at it one-sided in the news and the articles, and they just want to point fingers and place blame. And even me listening sometimes, I'm just like, I'm so mad. When I see documentaries, I'm pissed off for like a few days as a mom. So I get it.
And I'm glad you see that, Shan. And thank you so much. Thank you for listening. I've always been a supporter. It's so many different factors into it. So that's why I'm serious. When I have caseworkers and still doing that work and care about the kids, I try to give them my love and support. And even from the young woman, I think it was a young woman that said she became a caseworker because of watching my videos and things. I'm joking. I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know if you're mad at me or what, but that's needed. It's really, we still have that need, and understand it's a system that is trying to break down. And it's a societal system that we have that
One thing I have drawn from the series, because I really, really do love this series, is that it feels like the different arms of the whole system are not communicating with each other. And this podcast it showed me, like, even listening to the judges, they don't know what the other people, everybody's like trying to hide their hands. Like, no, I don't do this. I don't do this. And so everybody doesn't know exactly what the other person is doing. And I think,
agreed, that communication is needed, that collective communication. But
then they also don't want to be honest either. It's like, oh no, I don't want to be the one that's looking bad. As opposed to being sincerely honest as they're doing in this podcast. When it's time to make change, it's evident that you guys aren't telling the truth. You telling the truth now on the podcast because the government ain't looking, my boss ain't looking, my check ain't affected, or what have you. But on this podcast,
that's why my eyes have been open. That's why I am doing the podcast. You feel me? Because it's that, hey Jay, welcome. But that's why I'm doing a podcast, because once again, I was told a lot of things I shouldn't been. Once again, when I was younger, let me go all the way back. I came out of college doing this. Do y'all remember your first job out of college, or out of like when you left your parents' household? Do you remember your first job that you had?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I do as well.
And
the first job out of college, or the first job leaving your parents' household?
First job where you had to pay your own bills. Let's say that it's on you. You had no other support. You had to pay your bills.
I was working for the state of Florida. I was working in DCF.
Oh, okay. You was right there. Well, I did not know. Hold on. What was you doing at DCF?
I was reviewing food stamps cases. I was reviewing cases for food stamps and Medicaid and all the other benefits. I was right there pushing the cases, processing it and stuff. And to be honest, working there, it made me lose sympathy for people, because it seemed like people would rather take the easy way out and rely on the government than to go get it themselves, to go ahead and grind and hustle and go get it. And I saw so many people that they would come up here getting mad when their benefits going down. I'm like, of course, your benefits going down because you're getting paid. Of course, what'd you expect? And some people, they were just getting mad. And as soon as they got fired, they wanted them benefits immediately. And I'm like,
okay. Now you touching on a whole different concept that it goes hand in hand. Because when I leave, I'm almost done with my CPS series on food, on my CPS series on TikTok, and I'm going to go into my CASA series, which is still the same thing. It's just me working for two different entities. But when I tell you, I've had experience that you have people that's able-bodied. Let me tell you that able mind, but just trying to cheat the system. But also, it's some people that need the system. I've seen some elderly people, some people that's actually disabled, that's having trouble getting resources and needs. And I have people that's like just like me that just getting over. I just don't want to work. So it is stressful seeing that side. And that's the same thing with Shan was saying, that it's extremely heartbreaking when you see the type of abuse these children go through. And you see the family. Do y'all understand? I haven't got to the point, and that's like, and when I start bringing the parents and family members on, but that's coming up. But when I tell y'all, I have had to sit down with dozens, close to 100 maybe, parents or family members that I know good and well that they abuse their kids or they abuse their family member, and I have to be professional with them. That's a hard thing to do. That's extremely difficult. And it takes a lot. Like I say, God has tested me on my patient. Now, Lord, I'm not asking for no more. Thank you. You've done a great job in my life. But it's really difficult when you have someone that may have scolded or burned or, talking about some. When I started doing the series about, like, I don't know how much I can share on TikTok about that, but about what does physical abuse look like? What do emotional abuse look like? You barely can see that. And when I started telling those stories and those experiences, that's when it's like, when you see people like, oh, I would have done this, this, and this, and that. It's people on live on social media right now that's hurting, abusing their kids, but they make it look cool. They make it look cute.
Yep. Oh my God. Yes, I see that all the time.
The woman who cut her daughter's hair and had her daughter get on and tell her daughter, like, this not abuse, it's not neglect. Bitch, that is abuse.
It sure is.
Like, that is like, I'm like, and somebody sent that to me, and I'm like, if I respond, I'm gonna argue with this mother that she probably doesn't have her daughter any longer. Keep it a buck. That's my thing.
And that's my thinking. Like, I know I'm not in that light no more working out later, but I'm like, do people not think before they post on social media?
They don't. But
No,
because it happens with or without social media. That's the point. It happens with or without social media. It's just when they do it on social media, you just gave us absolute ingrained proof, and you think you're getting validation from strangers that don't know a damn thing. And that's what I used to tell people. I think I said in my previous videos, stop paying attention to people on social media and when they think they're attorneys in a law. They're not. They're gonna have you. And as I say, that I don't see why y'all even listen to me sometime, which y'all could, but y'all look at at least my credentials first. But the case in point, y'all be listening to people, oh, I did this at CPS, this or this. Are they telling you the full story and they telling you the truth? Do they have their children with them right now? And I understand, I don't expect people to be perfect. I don't expect that. But when you, once again, the things I've seen.
You really, you just have, I found out you have to watch people, even on TikTok, you have to watch people for a minute to get a kind of a clear view. I saw this lady on TikTok. She was shopping with her kids. She seemed like the most wonderfulest parent, and they were shopping, looking at different Christmas decorations. And this lady, she loves Disney stuff. Anyway, so I started following her and looking at her content. And then this lady went to Disney World, and she got like 3 kids. She went to Disney World. Do you know she didn't take her kids? Do you know that spoke volumes to me about you as a parent? How you making TikTok videos going to Disney World and your kids probably being babysit somewhere else?
Well, who did she go to Disney World with?
She went by herself. She went by herself, making TikToks, dressed up like just all these Disney outfits. This is my outfit for the day. And she had kids. She got like 3 or 4 kids, and them kids were nowhere to be found. And my son was like, where the kids at? Where the kids at?
Maybe she needed a vacation. I don't know. Like,
wait a minute. How do you go during the holiday season to Disney World and don't take your kids?
Man, that is heartbreaking. I live in Florida, and I'm like, and I see that mess. I'm like, where are the kids? Like, who goes to Disney World without their kids, or who goes to any theme park without their kids? Right. Now, if it's after hours, I understand. Like, 8 or 9 o'clock.
She's at the park dressed up in all this Disney gear, ears, everything, making TikTok after TikTok. I'm like, your kids are gonna see this. Like, what do you say to your kids?
And that's my thing, because I'm gonna tell you this, and I don't care if one of my kids can hear me. I will purposely, just because I need to do something for myself, go eat something or go somewhere, but you would never see evidence, because I understand kids have feelings. For someone to take themselves to Disney World, where you could spend $1,000 in 2 hours and not take your kids and then put it on social media, you are looking for a problem.
Yeah, that's the definition of fuck them kids.
Girl, yeah. I was so hurt. Y'all don't know how
ain't
hurt
no
I
way.
was watching
Ain't no
this
way.
lady.
I could never.
And Shan, it's just like Shan said. I believe every parent, you do need a break. You need a break, but I'm not eating McDonald's in the driveway and leaving the wrappers.
Don't leave evidence.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm telling you, this lady got girl. She had a Disney bag. It was ridiculous.
Y'all looking at the higher. Y'all looking at to be honest, it's like superficial because compared to the stuff that I'm like, people. Now think of it like this: the mama coming home eating and the kids don't eat. That's the stuff.
Right.
The type of stuff I be seeing. That type of thing. I'm talking about the kids got the mother have her nails, her clothes, or the dad living well, or.
But I get what you're saying. That's blatant abuse. To me, this is like the subtle stuff. I bet you walk up to this lady, she thinks she's the most wonderfulest parent in the world. because it probably looked that way. But you showed me. You don't. I see your kids ain't there.
Damn.
If y'all just know how deep it was, man, y'all will get there. Y'all, I'm telling you, if y'all, because
we there, but we
man,
this is a subtle abuse. This is a subtle abuse that people think it's nothing, but
there you go.
I know it gets worse.
It starts off so subtle. It starts off so little, no big deal. It's fine. Then when you really, and that's what they tell you. They tell you this is all I did. Because I be looking at some stuff that I'm in mutuals with, and they got kids, and I hate being in this way. Because even when I'm at church, sometimes, especially when I go back home to East Texas, and I see some things, and it may be something small, but like I remember seeing, I don't know if they were brothers, sister, or cousins, whatever, but they were about the same age, and one was kissing one of them, just hugging them and just touching them, and I'm like, stop touching them, just stop. But once again, it's innocent because it was out in the open, but it's get to that point like. So who were the family to get into this? Mm-hmm. I saw something on Twitter, the absolute value, that she was like, I think it's something about a family value just trying to break. And it was a stitch, and she stitched in and say, well, I come from a Hispanic family or Latin family, and I have one of those uncles, and my uncle touched on me or was inappropriate with me. And it was stitched again, and her cousin was like, oh, that's my daddy. I
saw that.
Nuh-uh.
That's the type of things people need to start doing this in.
But the difference is the cousin, she sent the popo after her daddy. She was like, oh, hell no.
That's what I'm like.
Oh, y'all
taking responsibility.
Videos.
Taking responsibility. Because it's breaking those cycles like that. Even though, like, on her own pops. Because, some people sweep that under the rug, man.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all need to start sharing me them kind of posts.
Exactly.
Shan. Hey, if you get Shan in your rotation of sharing,
let me tell you something. I was up till like 4 a.m. I was up till 4 a.m. on TikTok. Just really
okay, I'm on the same time zone as Drake, so send it on.
Okay. I'll be waking up thinking I blew up or something. Shan, 33 damn videos. I'm like, Shan.
Right. Now, sister girl just be sending me some real good stuff, but come on, Shan, I want the petty shit too.
I need to know too.
I don't know. Shan fell off. I used to get from her, but I don't get none no more.
Me too. I don't know what I did.
She's sending them all to Drake. Drake, you need to share it with us.
Man,
you know how TikTok they'll go ahead and change your assortment of people in the circles. That's what happens. So like sometimes they'll change the assortment of who's in my circle, and there'll be people I don't talk to like that. And so I only send it to like the first 4 because those are people who I consistently talk to like that. They need to shuffle those better. That's what it is.
We'll work it out. I will send it to y'all. I got y'all. I'm gonna say with the thing with TikTok, and with Sister Girl Jess, it had me thinking. I messaged when somebody passes away. Could they have a TikTok for Louis Armstrong? I had to go and Google. Louis Armstrong been dead for a minute now. Like he died in the 90s. Why does
he got a whole Christmas special coming out?
And why does he have a verified TikTok account?
When I sent that to y'all, I said, how? I tried to do research. I'm like, how is he verified and everything? Who is doing this?
Who running these accounts for these people, especially Black people that passed away?
Right.
Is it a member?
I'm just trying to figure out how I can get on.
Who's running them?
See, Vic,
how you verified and deceased?
That's my thing with Vic. I say, is this family or is this a company organization? White people that's running this man's account, making money off of it, and using him as an avatar.
And that's what I said. That's what I
maybe
thought.
A foundation.
But who is behind the foundation? Who's this money going to?
How do they get verified? That's what we need to know.
Let's become internet sleuths.
That's what I say. That's what I say. Who's getting paid off of this? Similar, because I was thinking about going back to what Prince was saying, even when he became the artist. Same thing with when you sell off your likeness and your kindness, same thing we were doing with these avatars, we were doing these filters and things, how long are they gonna keep your likeness and your personality?
You know what? When that special comes on, we should look at the credits, or if we can find the credits to that special too, because his voice is all up and through there.
And what's so crazy? Facebook, I don't know about any other platform, but Facebook has an option in your settings now if you want them to delete your Facebook when you die or keep it up. And then they'd say, who would you like to go ahead and run your Facebook after you're deceased? No other platform does that. And then a lot of people don't understand that when you sign these contracts as an artist or you do visuals, if you sign that a company or an entity keeps your likeness up, they can do that.
And that's what I'm thinking. That's what I've been thinking. How deep is this? You know, because me and the missus had this conversation today about just social media, like, because I'm assuming everyone here, I know Vic, I think Vic and Shan may be the youngest, because I think I graduated in 2004 from high school, and I did not have like the internet. Like the internet really started while I was in high school. You know, I didn't have the internet and stuff when I was elementary and things. We're looking at a whole different culture now, you know, that somebody can take my photo and my likeness and make a whole account saying that they're me, you know, saying that this is Drake, or this is this and that. And if something happened to me, they can keep doing that. They can do that to everyone here.
That's what my post was about the other day when I made the TikTok about people sending me friend requests. And when I go to their page, it's only still shots, it's photographs. There's no actual videos. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I don't feel like those are real accounts to me. Like you can steal anybody's likeness off of Instagram and Facebook and put it on a TikTok and take someone else's name. So I block those accounts.
And let's be honest, all of those fan pages of a celebrity are creepy as hell.
Yes.
Yeah. Tank that sent me 5,000 following requests. Tank.
Even this post of Rihanna sharing her baby. So many people have made a live about it, a post about it. That's none of your business. That is someone else's child. Shut up.
Mm-hmm. So Shan and I know some people. Shout out to some of our previous guests. But we know some folks that are on a vacation that have accounts acting like they're women. And these dudes scamming, thinking that they're women talking to them, but these are whole men in prison.
That's a fact. And making good money and have a whole boutique up. Okay.
Off of dudes that just need a little bit more love and affection. And they using these women photos, these Instagram models. They may even share a video too, but they crop the video out where they share, they take out their name and things. Having whole relationships. You talking to a whole fella.
This sounds like some catfish right here.
It is catfish. That's the thing. Catfish is the cute word for saying fraud.
Right. you know what's funny? At the cusp of when the internet was getting popular, probably about that time, my brother was in prison. And my brother, when he got out of prison, I guess he thought we were stupid because we've been in the real world and he was locked up. But anyway, he tried to tell my ex that he showed my ex a picture of his girlfriend. His girlfriend, it was a picture of Beyonce. And I said, what did you say to him? I just said, oh, she's pretty. I said, why you didn't tell her that's Beyonce and we know?
Hey, people gonna let you be boo-boo the fool as long as you allow them to. That's it. Oh.
I said, how you think we don't know that's Beyonce? But I was just like, oh wow, you gonna come out the gate and just think everybody in the real world is crazy now.
Do we need to do a conversation, a topic about habitual liars?
Yeah, oh my God. Oh my goodness. Don't get me started. But see, this is why this is the sister girl Jess y'all get, because the internet is crazy. And in real life, I don't play them games.
Because they in real life. Once again, all these things you see on the internet, these people been here already. These like a lot of people say, oh, it's just because of the internet, because of the internet. What are you talking about? Because of the internet? These people been here already. Internet just gave people more access to one another.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
And a lot of people have this idea that you can love them to make them want to tell the truth. Let me tell you, a liar that has spent most of their life lying gets so uncomfortable when they meet someone that's just like, I'm not going to treat you differently if you tell me the truth. Even then, it's hard for them to tell the truth. And I know because I have a child with one. Sir, there's no pros for you other than being a great dad to our kid. You do not have to lie to me. You're not going to get further in nothing. You're not going to get extra Capri Suns if you lie to me. Like, sir, I don't care. You're not doing anything else in my life other than being a good father. Stop lying. But because he has been mentally trained through his manipulative lifestyle that he's been living, that telling the truth, it's hard for him to face that, oh, that just came out my mouth. I really did that. Sir.
So once again, going back when I working at working in child welfare, which I still do, I volunteer in doing it now. But when you come across people that's like, I would think of that meme Cat Williams. I can see you. I can see you, right? That's all. Like, come on, man. Like, it's just so tiring. Like, come on, let's keep it a buck with one another. Like, let's just like, and that's how I think I've met a lot of leeway with parents and children. Like with my kids. Same thing I do with my kids in the family. I like, so how your report card looking? Or how you doing in school? What's the first thing they go say?
Good.
Thank you. Good. Okay. What's good? Like, so tell me what good is to you and what is me. Oh, they gonna say, A's and B's. What else? Well, a C. Yeah. We just gotta let people continue. Like, come on, let's continue. Like, all right, so they ain't that, and my thing is so good. And I have to break down to people, it's I guess maybe I need to start doing this with adults too. I don't want to be facetious towards people and treat them as children, but I believe people are still children. Essentially, they just become older. It's a lot. Not everybody's not mature. Maturity is different. All right. But I used when I was training, we talk to kids. So do you know the difference between the truth and a lie? And I would say, what color is this right here? They may say maroon because this may be purple to somebody else. So what does this mean to you? But it's a difference between like the truth and a lie. Okay. But I would say, so I would ask them certain questions to explain what's the difference to them. And that's when I go into my investigations once we have that understanding. All right. Because if I go outside and tell you the sky, if it's raining outside and they know what rain is, all right, we know it's not raining. I told you the truth. Okay, if I told you it's not raining outside and it's not raining, that's the truth. But when I go into the conversation, it helps out so much. But some people may just have a misunderstanding. That's why I go back to that communication.
The lying, I think lying needs to be nipped in the bud early.
How many kids? How many kids are taught to lie though? I was taught to lie.
You want to hear? I just had this conversation yesterday with my son because he watched a video. I don't know. It's was it Belief in Fatherhood? Have you guys seen him before?
Yeah. The African dude with two boys family, and a daughter. It's a family. It's sad because I love their content, but one thing that my son picked up on, them kids lie a lot. And their gentle parenting, to me, it's not being addressed. Not saying you're supposed to beat them or what have you, but you guys need to have a big conversation, or is this how you guys are making your content? I don't know if this is a content thing or if this is a character thing, but my son said them kids always lying, and they do.
This is why I say parenting requires balance. Relationships require balance. It can't all be positive. It can't all be good, because a lot of times what trains children to be okay with a lie is the fact that parents want this idea that everything's going to be okay. It's okay that you messed up. It's okay that you didn't study. It's okay that you know, you're in third place. You'll still get an award like the person in first place. It's okay that you showed up late. You'll still get everything the person who came on time. You have to have, okay, you got this F on this paper because instead of you doing your homework, which is practice, you wanted to play. Instead of when I asked you, did you get homework? You told me no, you didn't do your homework. So let's sit with this F right here. Let's take this F in right here. You came in fourth place because this person consistently showed up on the days when nobody told them they got to show up. That's the difference. And this whole mentality of all kids need to feel included. Let me tell you, in adulting, they're just like, oh, you're not included. You can't come in this membership unless you pay the $300 fee each month like everybody else in here. Until then, you cannot park here if you don't pay this fee. If I go downtown in Atlanta and I park on the wrong street, that's a $75 ticket. So there are boundaries made. And this is why, as a parent, since my child been a baby, ain't no Santa Claus. I worked all year and I love you enough to give you these things. People around me love you enough to give you these things under the tree. Ain't no tooth fairy. I'm not putting no money under your pillow. Ain't no bunny rabbit. I don't celebrate Easter. Ain't no like all these little things. That's manipulation. That's teaching your child that it's okay to lie as long as they get something.
I would agree greatly to that. This is me playing devil's advocate. So let me put. I'm gonna get a hat that had like horns on it. But the world is full of liars, and a lot of things in this world, in this country, is based off a lie. And it's hard. Like this is coming from a non-parent, a non-biological parent, because I got a lot of children out here. It's like it's hard trying to tell them one thing because even let's say like my grandparents, they used to tell me not to lie. I used to use the word lie. I wasn't even allowed to say the word lie. And I used to that was one thing I used to get ass whoopings for because I would say the word lie. I knew the difference between a story and a lie. This person straight out lied, grandma. But the case is, it's like, but even with being a parent, y'all ain't perfect. Y'all done told some type of lie. I'm telling everybody that I'm telling on every one of y'all, okay?
Listen, what's the best lie parents have told their kids?
Man,
you pass McDonald's. Mom, can you go to McDonald's? No, I ain't got no money.
And they said I ain't got no McDonald's money. Now that's different, okay? But that's how I feel about Raising Cane's. I ain't got no Raising Cane's money. I ain't paying for that. What I ain't even getting on that. But today was like I'm outside after we just left the buffet. I forgot exactly the place. And when my dad tried to say I was 10, but I was telling them I was 12. You know, and they would beat my mom and dad would beat me outside. I grew up. My mama was slick. Okay, my mama always had something up her sleeve. My mom was a hustler. Some people may say. Okay, so I was taught to like, hey, to get ahead, you don't have to tell the truth. And me as an adult, and me trying to be a righteous adult, man, some of the most successful people you see in this world are liars. Unfortunately, I'm not saying that to do it, but when you try to raise a child and raise a community, and you trying to be different, it's hard. And that's why I say you got to go to that church and go. You know, you got to put a little bit more of the Lord in them. But that's me. Everybody may not agree with that, but that's my values. Because if I just base my understanding on the world as far as people, lying is okay.
You know how many people rely on their resume to get the job, and they ain't never done that job ever in their life?
Oh, absolutely.
How many of y'all got Excel in your resume, and how well can y'all do it?
Wait a minute.
How many of y'all got say y'all are expert at Excel?
I suck at Excel. I suck.
But you know what's so crazy? It's hard because the system puts you in a position to lie. So I just did an episode. Well, I didn't record it yet, but I just did a write-out today, and it's talking about resume buildup. And I'm really just dissecting the traditional way of a resume and now how these companies use ATS. And it's not, I see a job, I apply to it, I send it to an email. It's you send it through a job search engine. It goes through a machine called ATS. And that ATS picks up keywords like a SEO. And if your resume doesn't get picked up within 30 seconds of that scan, you are not in the 80 percentile of someone even human looking at that resume. So
as
a
me
lot
being
of
a
people,
recruiter, I'm a little different. I went through legit probably 300 resumes last week looking for people, and I also look for a specific, if they have that picture. I don't, we about to, and it's so unique that you went on this, Shan.
Don't do it, because the whole episode I did all of the pros and cons of that shit. Don't do
because
it. I got you.
because the transition that we're about to go over to Facebook, and once again, to all our people following and listening that's on YouTube right now, we're going to head over to Facebook. We're switching it up this time. Usually we do Facebook first, then do YouTube, but we're going to do YouTube then Facebook. But I never lie on my resume, ever lie on my resume. Everything I ain't gonna say my fault. Everything, if you see my face that you value everything, is the truth of my resume.